So hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you all? So guys, we are back with those important questions which are very important for both RRBs and SSC examinations. So whether you are preparing for SSCGL or you are preparing for RRB ALP, this will be useful for you all. And yes, we have Ankita and all the other candidates who are present in the class. So welcome guys. And first of all, do subscribe our channel because these sessions takes place daily at 12 p.m. from Monday to Friday. So what's the first question? The first question is, which optical phenomena is primary working principle behind the high speed data transmission through modern optical fiber cables? So will it be option number A, B, C or D? You have four options. Guys, what should be the answer? So guys, the question is regarding optical fiber cables. So when the ray of light passes through these optical fiber cables, so it's made in a way that denser and rare medium both are present. So when the ray of light travels from denser to rare medium, it's found that the critical angle is actually so we have Utkarsh as well. So hello Utkarsh. So we can find that yes, angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, and the ray of light is traveling from the denser to the rare medium. So it gives us clarity that there will be total internal reflection and those rays will be left over there only. So that's the concept of total internal reflection, and here we have option number A. That's right. So what is the explanation? So TIA occurs when the light rays travels from the denser to the rare medium. That's the first point. And the second one is angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle, right? So light rays undergo continuous TIR inside the core of negligible energy loss. So just see, that's the principle here. So it's used in telecommunications, endoscopy, and high-speed fiber internet networks. So yes, question can be from the endoscopy, it can be from the internet part. So you must remember this. What's the next question? The next question is here. Which physical wave characteristic of a musical sound determines its pitch or shrillness as perceived by the human ear? Is it amplitude, frequency, wavelength, or the speed? So guys, what do you think should be the correct answer here? So pitch is dependent upon what? See, higher the pitch, higher the frequency. Lower the pitch, lower the frequency. So Utkarsh and Ankita, both of you are correct here. So guys, amplitude is linked with the loudness. Please remember this, it's important. Amplitude is linked with the loudness. So more the amplitude is, louder the sound is, but pitch is dependent upon this frequency. More is the pitch, more is the frequency, right? So yes, one of the candidates has given the answer, but he has taken back his answer. So that's totally okay. Wrong here, no worries. I'll explain why you are wrong. So yes, here the correct answer was B. Let's go with the explanation here. So pitch depends directly on the frequency of the sound vibrations. That means higher the frequency, higher the pitch or shrill voice. Example whistle. Lower frequency. So here we can link it to the grave or deep voice. Amplitude determines the loudness or volume of the sound, whereas frequency determines the pitch. So both the concepts are clear here. Next, what is the next one? The next one is, what is the apparent weight experienced by an object when it is falling freely under the influence of gravity alone? Twice the actual weight, greater than the actual weight, zero, or infinitely large? What do you think? Now guys, this question is again the most repetitive one. So here we have four conditions. I'll explain you all the four conditions. By the time, please answer this. What do you think should be the correct answer? So Utkarsh is already going with C. What about Ankita? Now all the other candidates, please try to understand. There are four different conditions. The first point is, let's say lift is in the state of rest or it's there in the uniform motion. Let's say the acceleration is zero. So if lift is in the state of rest or acceleration is zero, in this condition, weight and apparent weight will be equal. That's condition number one. What about next condition? The next condition is, if lift is accelerating with acceleration A and lift is moving upwards, so weight will be, the apparent weight will be m into g plus a. That means if lift is accelerating upwards, the weight will seem like it's increasing. Similarly, if the lift is accelerating with acceleration a downward, This time weight will be decreasing, but that's the first condition. This is the second condition, this is the third condition, and the fourth condition is here. In the fourth condition, it's saying that lift is under free fall. If the lift is under free fall, that means its acceleration will be equal to g. So in the fourth condition, the apparent weight will be equal to m into g minus, it's not a this time because the acceleration of the lift will be equal to g. So it will be m into 0. That means it will be the condition of weightlessness, or we can say the weight will be 0, right? So Ankit, Utkarsh and all the other candidates who are going with option number C, you all are correct. That's great. So here we'll go with option number C. What about explanation? So apparent weight is measured by the reaction force, that is m into g minus a. In the case of free fall, this a is equal to g, so that's why it was 0. Next, which cohesive property of liquids causes small falling drops of rain or water to assume a perfectly spherical shape? Is it viscosity, capillarity effect, surface tension, or buoyancy? So you have four options. What do you think should be the correct answer? So guys, for a given volume, the sphere possesses the smallest possible surface area, right? So in order to maintain that minimum surface area, it will uh, it will be linked with surface tension. So again, you all are correct. Surface tension is the correct answer. See. So what is surface tension? Unbalanced cohesive forces pull liquid surface molecules inwards to minimize the surface area, and the minimum surface area for a given volume, a sphere possesses the smallest possible surface area. So that's expressed in the SI units as Newton per meter. So these units can also be asked. So do not miss these explanations. It's very important. Next, which scientific instrument invented by Torricelli is especially used to measure atmospheric pressure? So guys, invention and discoveries, they are very important for both SSC and railways. So the question can be related directly or indirectly. So here the question is indirectly asked that Torricelli has invented it. That's an extra point that is given. But the main point is that's used for measuring the atmospheric pressure. So hygrometer, that's not used for measuring the atmospheric pressure, right? So barometer, yeah. So that's used for measuring the atmospheric pressure. Anemometer is used for measuring the wind speed, and pyrometer is used for measuring the temperature. So obviously the correct answer will be option number B. So barometer was invented by Torricelli to measure the atmospheric pressure. So yes, standard atmospheric pressure at sea level is 760 millimeter of mercury. Next. So these are the 5 questions from physics. Now it's the time for the chemistry. What is the chemical formula and systematic chemical name of plaster of Paris? So you have four options. Guys, if it is 2H2O, so that is gypsum, right? So this is the formula for the gypsum, but when gypsum is heated, it gives you plaster of Paris that is used in making the statues and also for those plasters if the bones are broken. So here CSO4.12H2 is the correct answer. So it's produced by heating gypsum at 100 degrees centigrade, and on mixing it with water it sets back into a hard solid mass of gypsum. Next. The next one is, which isotope of hydrogen element contains one proton and two neutrons in its nucleus and is radioactive in nature? So now you have two statements here from which you can easily take the correct answer. The first one is it is radioactive in nature. The second one is that it's an isotope of hydrogen which contains one proton and two neutrons. What do you think? So for this case, Utkarsh, we know there are three isotopes of hydrogen. That is 1H1, then 2H1 and 3H1. So guys, the numbers which are mentioned below, they are what? These are atomic numbers, right? So atomic number is always equal to the number of protons, which means whether it is protium, one second, yeah. So whether it is protium or deuterium or tritium, in all the conditions, the number of protons are going to be same. The second point was it is going to have two neutrons. So guys, in order to calculate the neutrons, we can just subtract the mass number with the atomic number. So 1 minus 1 means the neutrons value is 0 here. 2 minus 1, the value of neutrons will be 1 here. 3 minus 1, the number of neutrons will be 2 here. So since it's asking about the number of neutrons, that is 2. So 2 neutrons are there in tritium. So tritium is both radioactive in nature and also according to the question, it will have 2 neutrons. So what is the answer? This time the answer will be option number C, and I guess we both have given B as the answer. So Ankit and Utkarsh, is it okay? So since these things are important, that's why I'm giving you a detailed explanation. And now I guess you won't be wrong in the main examination. Is it okay? Is there any question to ask? Okay, so here tritium is the correct answer. So tritium contains one proton and two neutron. Uh, it emits low energy beta particles with half-life of almost 12.3 years. Protium has 0 neutrons and deuterium has a 1 neutron. We have discussed it, right? Cool. Okay, next. What is the general chemical nature of oxides formed by non-metallic elements when they dissolve in water? So is it acidic in nature, basic in nature, neutral in nature, or amphoteric in nature? So guys, please focus on the term. It's saying non-metal. So what should be the correct answer? Still no answers, guys. Now that's the important one, guys. Whenever it's talking about the non-metallic oxides, they are always acidic in nature. What is it? Always acidic in nature. So here option number A will be the correct answer, and that's very important. Utkarsh, sorry, this would won't be B. It's not basic. For non-metallic oxide, that's acidic in nature. For metallic oxides, it will be basic. Okay. So here we have oxides like carbon dioxide, then sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. They all react with water to form acids, right? So in the litmus reaction, it will turn the moist blue litmus paper to red. So metallic oxides are basic in nature. Utkarsh, that I've told you. So here, what is the answer? Uh, So being Saku, here the answer will be A. Okay. So Saku, this is specially for you. Please remember, for the acidic nature, it's non-metallic oxides, and for the basic nature, it's metallic oxides. So both the things are mentioned here. I'll share the PDF to you people. Do not worry. Acha, guys, all the candidates who are new here, let me tell you, these sessions takes place daily from Monday to Friday at sharp 12. After every class, not only the questions but also with the explanations, I'm sharing the PPTs. So please take this, sorry, not PPTs, PDF files. So these PDF files you can take. And one more thing, from where you can take this PDF file, so I'll just share the QR code with you people. Guys, you can use this QR code. You can just scan it and you can join the Telegram channel. So from the Telegram channel, you will get these PDFs just after the class. And also there's another option. You can also take this PDF from the Oliveboard's application. Fine. And one more thing, guys, if you want to go with the test, if you want to give the topic wise test, you can go to the Oliveboard's website. Just click on it. And here there's a sale going on that is 40% off plus 4 months extra on the SSC test subscriptions. So you can use the code JFY where you'll be getting the full length mock test, PYPs, topics, sectional and typing tests. So let me show you some of the examples. So guys, in this test part, just see. So these are the complete foundation courses, and here these are the foundation courses which are given here, practice set and all. So you can go with this your ultimate toolkit for SSC examination test. So here 1000 plus tests are there. When you just click on it, you can just give any test. If you want to go with general awareness, you can just select, for example, if I want to go with polity and I want to give the test from emergency in India, so I can just click on take test. I can start giving tests. So here you can either give the test in Hindi or English medium. Both the options are available. So you will just click on the start test and the questions will be just like in the main examination. So here you can just give any of the answers, you can just submit it, and after submission you can also take the analysis that where I was wrong, what will be the answer for the same. Everything is possible here. Okay, so we can leave this part. Coming back to a point. Yes, so what should be the answer here? Which chemist proposed the law of triads in early periodic classification, group elements with similar properties in these sets of three? So guys, during the time of Daubernier, just 30 elements were known. Only 30 elements. Now guys, since 30 elements were known, so Daubernier thought of making some systematic arrangement. So in that systematic arrangement, he arranged the elements in a way that they were in the order of its increment in the atomic mass. And when these three elements were arranged, the first element and the third elements, when atomic masses average was taken, it was equal to the middle one. So yes, the answer will be Daubernier here. That was the concept of Daubernier, but he failed because he was able to make only three such groups. Only 9 elements were arranged, but later on he failed. But since it was the grouping of three elements, like lithium, sodium, and potassium, so whenever the average of lithium and potassium will be taken, that atomic mass was equal to that of sodium. So that was the concept. Okay. Ankita has some doubt, so let me check. By the time answer this, what term describes the existence of chemical element in two or more physical forms with different physical properties but identical chemical property? Please answer this. Let me check the doubt of Ankita. Acha, Ankita is explaining that three elements plus similar properties, and yes, middle atomic mass will be equal to the average of first and third. Absolutely correct, Ankita. That's right. Utkarsh. So what about this? What term describes the existence of a chemical element with two or more physical forms with different physical properties but identical chemical properties? I'll give you the hint. Graphite, diamond, fullerene. They are what? So they are the allotropes of carbon, right? So Utkarsh, Ankita, salute guys. Both of you are correct. So that's an allotropy. So allotrope means, sir, these are the elements which will have different physical properties but obviously same chemical properties. So ability of an element to exist in multiple structural forms in same physical state. So for the case of diamond, that's a hardest natural substance. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. The structure of the diamond is tetrahedral in shape. Graphite is hexagonal in shape, but fullerene, that's a cage like structure, right? So the formula for the Buckminster fullerene is here, that is C60. Next 5 questions are from bio. Which plant tissue is responsible for the secondary growth and increase in the girth or thickness of plant stems and roots? Is it apical stem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem, or a permanent parenchyma? So what should be the correct answer, guys, here? So no answer this time, guys. The questions from the plant kingdom, they are repeatedly asked, so you cannot miss this chapter. No worries, I'll explain this. So the plant tissue that is responsible for the secondary growth and growth or thickness of the plant system and the roots, that's option number C, that is lateral meristem or cambium. So C, that is option number C, will be the correct answer. So it's located along the lateral sides of the stems and roots. Cell division in vascular cambium increases the plant girth and thickness. Apical meristem increases the height length while intercalary meristem increases the node length. So that's from the explanation part. So what is the answer? Option number C is the answer. What about next? Sorry guys. Which coiled tubular excretory organs are responsible for osmoregulation and nitrogenous waste excretion in the earthworms? Is it Malpighian tubules? No, Malpighian tubules cannot be the answer because that's linked with the arthropods. So if I'll talk about insects and all, so yes, insects, arthropod is actually the largest animal kingdom, right? Sorry, largest animal kingdom's phylum. So their excretion is through Malpighian tubules. So A cannot be the answer. Here, Nephrida will be the answer. So here, earthworms actually belong to the phylum Annelida, where their bodies are marked into the segments, right? And here, what is the answer? Nephridia will be the answer. So yes, Nephridia, segmentally arranged tubular excretory organs in annelids like earthworm, filter fluid, reabsorbs useful substances and excretes nitrogenous waste. Malpighian tubules are there in insect. I've already told you. That's in the case of arthropoda. Next, flame cells are there in the flatworms. Green glands in the uh, crustaceans. So guys, these all the points are important. Please note it down after the class when I'll just share this PDF. Next we have which protein digesting enzyme secreted in an inactive form, that is pepsinogen, by gastric glands in the human stomach? Answer. So is it trypsin, pepsin, lipase, or amylase? What should be the answer? Answer please. So guys, I'll give you the hint here. Whenever you drink Pepsi, Utkarsh, Ankita, and all the other candidates who are present in the class, tell me where that Pepsi will reach. So that Pepsi will reach in a stomach only. So from that Pepsi, please link with pepsin. Just add N over there. So pepsin is present in our stomach, that is helping in the digestion of the protein, right? So yes, this time Utkarsh is going with B and Ankita is going with C. Ankita, this lipase is actually useful in the digestion of the fats. So that takes place in the small intestine. But this time, Utkarsh, you are 100% correct. The answer will be pepsin, and you can actually link it from Pepsi, right? So whenever you will be drinking Pepsi, it will reach your stomach. So yes, Pepsi can be linked with pepsin, and pepsin helps in the digestion of this particular protein, right? Done. What about next? So pepsin is the answer. So pepsin is secreted as inactive pepsinogen by peptic or chief cells and gastric juice. Hydrochloric acid converts pepsinogen into active pepsin at pH 1.5 to 2. It breaks down protein into smaller peptides and peptones in the stomach. Next, what about next one? The next is, what is the principal nitrogenous waste product generated by protein metabolism and excreted by the human kidneys? Is it uric acid, ammonia, urea, or creatinine? So creatinine is present in our urine, right? So that cannot be the answer. Guys, the animals which generates uric acid are known as uricotelic. The animals which generate ammonia, they are known as ammoniotelic. And the animals which generates urea are ureotelic. So we are what? Guys, we are ureotelic, right? So Ankita is going with option number A, okay? And being Saku is also going with option number A, that is uric acid. Acha guys, we are releasing urea. We're not releasing uric acid, right? So our human kidney, it mixes water along with the urea. That's why we are ureotelic. So it's totally okay that you are wrong here, but I'm sure now you'll just uh, remember this, that we release urea. So here the correct answer will be urea, right? What is the answer? Option number C is the answer. One more thing, which is that gland that converts ammonia into urea in our body? So ammonia to urea, that's converted by our liver. So liver converts ammonia into urea and we are ureotelic. That's great. So guys, moving forward with the final question, I'll give that as an homework question for you all. So guys, urea, that's the primary nitrogenous waste in the humans. So we are ureotelic organism. It's formed in the liver via urea, that is ornithine cycle from toxic ammonia, and it is filtered from the blood and excreted in the urine by kidneys. That's all. So guys, that's the homework question for you all. So please answer this in the comment section. Which spherical structure inside the eukaryotic cell nucleus is the site of active ribosomal synthesis? So you have four options. Please let me know the correct answer in the comment section, and also please let me know in the comment section, are you liking this session? Are you liking this series? So we'll proceed with this series from the upcoming class. So guys, we'll be proceeding with this series in the upcoming class. So tomorrow we'll meet at 12. I'll first take the comment section. I'll just check whatsoever your doubts are, what was the correct answer, who has given the answer, and then we'll proceed with the next set. Fine. So thank you Ankita, thank you Saku, thank you Utkarsh for being such a wonderful audience. We'll meet in the next lesson. So till then, bye bye guys, take care, Jai Hind, and for the examination, all the very best. Please take care. Bye bye.